Hello YouTubers, Phoenix171 here. I am doing my first ever review of So Many Me. I, Phoenix172, will also do a So Many Me review. What? What is So Many Me? So Many Me was created by Extend Interactive, who have a love for puzzle games and were brought up in the era of platformers. They were inspired by past games such as Braid, The Lost Vikings, Portal, and most likely many more. What their company wanted to create was a puzzle platformer that has fresh new mechanics to the puzzle genre and have action elements to the puzzle genre. So what is the story about So Many Me that draws you in? So if you're looking for a story that unfolds while you play, this isn't that title. As a big fan of story games, I knew what I was getting into when I watched the opening scenes in the game. The story is as followed. Your name is Philo. Philo. You're a little blob of something. You wake up from a terrible dream. You're hungry and you chase a butterfly. And you end up close to an ancient shrine filled with special water substance, where a spirit blob tells him he is from a world long past and is the only one to save the world. So he jumps into the water and creates clones of himself that go through the world, but he doesn't know that this happened. For some reason he jumps into the water and all of a sudden, hey, I don't know what's going on, I'm in a dreamlike state. Apart from that beginning story at the very start, that's all you're really gonna get. Apart from that there is this damsel in distress who is stalking you and is madly in love with you, and the end boss is some evil spirit thing. It's cliche, and even Philo states it's cliche. So I rate the story out of this game for its laziness. I would say 1 out of 10. As with most puzzle games, it's all about the puzzles. I quite enjoyed the challenge of solving each puzzle. Some were easier than others, but with the right mindset, you can fly through them. Each time you unlock a me, it adds to your arsenal of creating more blocks. Sadly, each me is not unique and does not offer you anything besides turning them into blocks for you to step on. That's right. You're stepping over all the me's in the world. It's a good resource mechanic, especially when you're trying to take on those more challenging puzzles. With rewards as skins and skill unlocks, there are plenty of things to unlock. Each zone has about 7 puzzle worlds to solve and collect. Technically, an 8th level is included in those zones, which includes a boss battle. That's where I started disliking this game. Even though some of the boss battles incorporated puzzles into them, not all of them actually expanded on the puzzles. First ever boss battle you go into, it is trying to make you use the resources around you so you can attack the boss, because there's sunlight that comes on top of you. But pretty much you bash it to death by just jumping on its head and just redoing the same thing every time it knocks you back. Gameplay! Some of these boss battles you can complete with ease, without even having to lift a finger, but get frustrated at levels where the boss is on a movable level, but get frustrated at levels where the boss is not the final boss, but the movable levels are. The levels through the game can tend to look the same at times, like deja vu. Hey look, a cat. So gameplay wise, I rate this 7 out of 10. I'm not an expert when it comes to composing or anything like that, but the music in this game can be catchy. Just going through one of the levels and you're in the dark forest and it's just peaceful and opposite to what you think of a dark forest. But seriously, the music in this game, sometimes it can be very same old, but the music in this game can be very catchy and sometimes tranquil. Quite enjoyable, but I would not say no. The hub world is quite a tranquil place. So I rate sound 5 out of 10. The graphics in this game is gorgeous, and the scenery change is quite nice. The graphics of the levels match the types they should be, but I gotta say the Horizon Ruin, which is the hub world, was my favorite as it changed from day to night. The skins you unlock from the game are excellent, and I love the art style of some of the skins. Some games I don't recognize, while others you can recognize from famous indie games. But with the graphics, I'm not sure what the other versions look like, so I can't really compare what the Xbox One brings to So Many Me. It definitely looks HD and it's beautiful, and I love the graphics in it. I rate graphics 7 out of 10. Obviously with all games the difficulty can range from easy to extremely hard, The difficulty in So Many Me can range from extremely easy to outright rip your hair out difficult. And some levels are just ridiculous and annoying. Expect to die a lot. Not as much as Dark Souls is, at least with quick load times, it's not all that bad. Although I wish you had access to upgrading the difficulty within the levels. The only issue I had with this game was that there was no change in difficulty. The only way you could change difficulty in this game was finding an upgrade ability and upgrading certain enemies to carry a helmet and a rifle, which you couldn't knock them out. But that only happened when you unlocked it earlier. But as I only unlocked them near the end, I didn't really find any point in replaying the levels with the harder difficulty. As I unlocked them at the very end, there was no point in replaying the levels that I already completed and collected. There was no rewards to playing it on a higher difficulty. No achievements to unlock with higher difficulty. Replaying the levels would have been pointless. There are certain boss battles that are just frustrating and pointless. Yes, it's easy. Yes, it's hard. I would rate the difficulty in this game as 7 out of 10. Overall, what did I think of this game? The game can be repetitive at times, but with the unlockables and skins, it will make you want to come back for more. It is a game that all ages can play and recommend picking up for your family to enjoy platformer puzzles like you used to play. Currently it's free for Xbox One games with gold subscribers, with DLC adding extra levels and story at a reasonable price. So overall, I rate this 7 out of 10. If you liked this video, hit the like me button, leave a comment below and tell me what you think about the game. Feel free to subscribe. Until next time, Phoenix Once of One, and this is my review.